Happy Halloween. It's Halloween and we're here. Where did I go?
Where'd
Am I
you
still
go?
here? No, I'm back. Some
You're
chicanery.
frozen. There you go. Now
No.
we're good.
Can you hear me okay? Oh no.
I can.
Perfect. There we are, right? Yeah, so we're here for a special live episode where tonight actually we're going to chat quite loosely about the creepiest gimmicks that exist in wrestling. I know you've been around some, and there's been some infamous moments around some, but we'll chat loosely about it, guys. Everybody that's tuning in, there's a lot of you here tonight, which should all be out trick or treating, but yous are here, so whether you've been here, let us know. I think what would be great to have people tell us their favorites, but also like come up with an idea for a great wrestling gimmick that maybe hasn't been done or has been done but not too well. Maybe let you sit on that one as well. I'm going to have a good think of a few. But yeah, we're live on Instagram, we're live here on YouTube, so just chuck your comments in the comment section. If you have good questions, we'll bring them up. Doesn't have to be specific. If you have something you'd also like to know, good questions are here to be asked. Ken, have you enjoyed Halloween so far?
Yeah, like the thing is, it used to be my favorite time of the year. When I was in high school and just out of high school, there was a really great haunted house in the town that I grew up in, and I would be on the staff every year for like I'd say I did it like 4 or 5 years. Got to be the chainsaw guy a couple times. Like, that was
Nice.
when I remember when I first started. That was the thing that I aspired. I want to be the chainsaw guy one day.
Yeah, I remember you said that actually. You've spoke about this previously, haven't you? The chainsaw guy.
Fun stuff. But anyway, my kids are they live 2.5 hours away. It's our weekend with them. Unfortunately, the time that it takes to pick them up from school to get here, trick-or-treating will be over by the time they get here. They should be getting here any moment.
Nice.
But so tonight we're just gonna hang out a little bit and watch a scary movie or
nice,
scary-ish.
Did you decide on one yet?
No, I figured I'd leave it up to them.
Nice.
You know what? I don't know how old were you when you had your first scary movie experience?
I was very young. So this is a thing that I've said this before on the movie podcast, Jibber Jabber, right? But my gran had no context, she had no concept of what a horror film was. Are you aware of a film called Critters?
Yeah.
Right. So she thought those were like little fluffy things. And when I would stay at hers at night, she would put that on and be like, "Night, son, enjoy watching that as you fall asleep." And I'm like, whoa. So I was raised on horror.
Is it bad? Is it spooky? Is it scary?
At the time, for like a 5-year-old, yeah, at the time. But I don't know, it kind of softened me up. My older cousins used to they wouldn't be bothered at all. They'd just be like, right, watch this with us. And it was Halloween, it was Nightmare on Elm Street. So I grew up on those things. So to the point now where I'm so desensitized that ain't no horror movie going to send. One did once when it first came out in 2008 was Paranormal Activity, because do you know what the scariest thing about that film was? The fact there was no credit sequence at the end made you feel like it was real. I was like, but
that's interesting.
Yeah. The thing is, though, the good thing is when you watch horror movies as kids, I think it's okay as long as one, you're watching it with an adult, and two, it's not real life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like the dark. You go into the dark. Let's get you into the dark because you're not going to fear it the more you spend time with something.
Our kids are not. They're not really afraid of the dark at all, and we've seen we watched some horror movies together, and they're not affected by it because they know that it's not real. And we've pushed that since they were young. Like, this is all fantasy, it's make believe, So
yeah, it's just
interesting.
It's the reality of it.
The first scary movie that I ever watched was Poltergeist. And I had to be like 7 or 8 years old, and I loved it. Like, I wasn't afraid of it. I thought, you get scared in the moment just because you let yourself go, but I never I never thought any of it was real. And then I remember my mom would go on a bowling trip with her lady friends once a year. There would be this big bowling convention that they would go to. And so I would stay home with my dad. And I remember my dad went and he rented the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, which is actually, if you've ever seen it, it's kind of campy. It's actually kind of funny. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. My favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre, actually.
Is it really? Oh,
it
nice.
is. And Nightmare on Elm Street. It was the first time I saw Nightmare on Elm Street. And I was 8 years old, or I might have been 9 years old. And I remember, like, so I think I turned out okay. So I'm not, like, crazy scared about exposing my kids to.
Yeah, of course.
They're 11 years old right now, so.
And everything's relative to the person. Like if your kid watches the Warriors and then takes a baseball bat out to the street and starts smashing up cars, don't show them any more of those type of films. Do you know what I mean? It's a case by case.
Warriors. That's funny.
Yeah, you remember the Warriors? An old
Warriors.
The one. Come out. 100%. The best movies and the best gimmicks are the ones where you can just say it and everybody knows what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
100%.
I think even people that have never seen that movie know that reference,
Oh, 100%. 100%. Here, we should probably mention that Connor's not here. He's actually out trick-or-treating. Nah, I think he's at some sort of Halloween thing, and because we kind of came together, not last minute, but he'd already made plans. But he's here in spirit anyway.
Yeah.
Because like he makes the same amount of noise if he's here or if he's not. I'm just kidding. We have lots of comments and questions, by the way, so apologies if I'm not getting to them straight away. They just move so quick, but I will get to as much as I can. Just with you talking about your kids, we got Rocha Rosales, I think that's your name, says, are your kids interested to be wrestlers? Like you've kind of touched upon it before. But
so no, I don't think. Well, my daughter has actually expressed. She's like, I want you to train me someday. But it's kind of one of those things where, she's a kid and she's got like these dreams are sort of fleeting. Where 1 week it's one thing and then the next week it's another thing. She's never like. They really don't follow wrestling at all. I don't really push it on them too much. To be fair, like I don't watch a whole lot of wrestling myself. So it's not like it's always on in our house and they happen to be, they happen to catch it that way. But they do enjoy going to wrestling shows from time to time. But also when we're at those wrestling shows, there's times where like they can't be bothered until I'm on, like they're stuff there. If they find some other kids to play with, they go up and play, and then they'll come and watch Dad's match, and then afterwards they're back to playing with their friends.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think to myself, like as a child, I would have soaked up being at the wrestling. It's one of those things that really the bug gets you or it doesn't. It's like catching a cold. Oh, what's this? Well, it's here now. We're just going to stick with it, right?
It's funny. One day, Davari. So we were just. I don't know. I might have told the story on here before, but apologies if I have. But 2016, we were just getting the academy up and running, and we were at my house, and we were just like game planning for what we're gonna do. And he was like, "Do your kids? Do they know like that you're on TV and stuff, or that you were on TV?" And no, not really. And so we pulled up like a YouTube video, right? They were kind of just, I think it was, I think like 3 maybe, right? 3.5, 4 years old or something at the time. And pulled it up and said, "Hey, kids, Pearson Prescott, what is that? Who's that?" And they went, "Yeah." And then right back to playing what they were doing.
Oh man, nothing better than it. I'll give you a better one than that. My movie podcast. Sometimes my daughters on their YouTube will scroll, and there'll be a random clip of me and J-Mac like a 30-second clip, and my daughter says to me, "Dad, I saw your movie podcast the other day. I gave it a like because it had none." That's just like
backhanded compliments.
100%. Speaking, I know. Speaking of J-Mac, he asks, Ken, what is your favorite horror movie of all time? That's very loaded. Did you have one singular?
I would say favorite horror movie of all time would be Nightmare on Elm Street. That was like, again, being that it was the first, the first one, my kind of first one, and also it was just such a cool concept at the time.
Phenomenal concept.
And, the transitioning between dreams and reality, nightmares and reality was really, really cool. I kind of wish that they would redo it again.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy with the remake. That sucked. I can't see anybody else playing Freddy.
No, he's here. He's still here. Yeah.
He can still go. I don't know why they didn't cast him in that role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just the face, just the way they made that guy look.
Yeah.
Was a big swing and a miss.
So good. Do you know, I think the real horror in A Nightmare on Elm Street is the fact you get tired watching it because you're like, imagine not being able to go to sleep in case you get done in. Right. Imagine that, right? That's the real horror, right? Like, oh no, I cannot escape him because sooner or later my eyes are going to shut. And we all know what it's like trying to stay awake watching a film. Sometimes you're like, whoa, did I miss a bit?
Yeah.
You just know it. I think that's the real horror, right?
That thing too where like they would literally, and then that would be it, right? They'd be in
just best as well.
That micro nap.
They don't even realize. That's when it's like you, the audience, aren't even aware that they've slipped into the dream state. Just beautiful, and I agree. It's like so pioneering at its time. Todd Forrest, sorry.
On top of that, though, I will say like some of my other favorites, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like the latest one, I think was a really good.
I had fun with that.
Yep. There was one thing that drove me crazy though, and I think it was spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it, but there's a part where like the girl from the first movie,
the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh no, the first Texas Chainsaw
Massacre, right? Like
that's right. She is there.
And they fucking job her out right away. Like
that's true.
Yeah. And then fucking she dies.
Oh no.
That was kind of crazy. But I thought that was a really good telling. And Saw, I love the Saw movies. Recently, Anastasia and I started at the first one, and we watched all of them, including the spin-off. What was that spin-off called? Was Chris Rock?
Jigsaw. Oh no, that was Spiral. That was actually okay. I quite like that. Spiral. Yep. Do you know what I loved about the latest Saw movie is that they obviously brought back some of the original cast, and Shawnee, who played what's her name, the main girl, I can't forget her name. It's on the tip of my tongue, sorry. But Shawnee, like they were like, well, you've obviously aged, right? Because everyone ages, right? But they thought, do you know what? Fuck it, we're not going to make any attempt to make you look younger, right? And then see, when I was in the cinema watching it, I went, like, you don't have to. We know she's older. We know we know what you're working with. I forgive it, right? Just give us this, do you know? So I thought that takes true balls to go, do you know what? Not going to try and de-age you at all. We're just going to pretend that you're younger, right? And clearly everybody can see that that's not the case. But guess what? Pretend, okay? It's just like, okay, I will pretend. Let's just watch this for what it is. And I thought it was so ballsy, but so good, right? Sometimes just makes a wee bit of a change, isn't it? Todd asks, hi guys, you have probably heard the story about Y2J having a shoehorn having to shoehorn apes into his segment because Vince had just seen the remake of Planet of the Apes. What's the strangest thing you have been pitched in that vein? Apologies for the long comment.
Is that? I mean, of course, it's real.
Of course. So yeah, I think his question is really: have you ever been part of any pitch that Vince has, off the back of something else, been like, right, I've just watched this, it's great, do something with this? No? Did you see it?
Nothing that I can think of. Like, no. That's a great question, because I know there's tons of examples of like Vince just having these wild, like I was just telling my students yesterday about where he told us to stop interacting with the crowd. Like, one day he woke up on this side of the bed and went, "Stop it! Stop! I want you to pretend like they don't exist." You're cutting a promo. We're talking over, and they start feeding. They start saying, so like, pretend like they just drown them out. Ignore them.
Did you not get in trouble for actually interacting with?
Yeah, because like, on that particular day, it was my debut on Raw, and they gave me literally 3 full pages to memorize of a script to go out and just talk, and nobody interrupting me or anything like that, just me talking. It was for opening segment on Raw, 3 pages. Go out there and say this. So I'm like already stressing out that I have to remember all this shit. And then I get out there and they start doing the what? So now that's throwing me off. And I'm like, I just don't start with that crap. Which of course makes him even do it harder.
Yep.
And that's when I came back and he was like, "That was the worst fucking promo I've
ever heard." Oh no, man.
You knew when you told them to shut up that they were gonna come harder.
Oh no.
Yeah, I did. And then I was like, well, that's what I felt in the moment. What do you need to think differently, pal?
That's so good.
Your first night on Raw, you shit the bed. I remember when I happened to, at the time I was talking to Steve Austin on the regular basis, and on the phone, I told him that story, and he was like, "He told you shit the bed."
Oh, sorry. I just think instances like that where Vince McMahon's concerned, I think someone needs to write a book of just fucked up stuff that Vince was like, because did he not say that he grew fond of the word androgynous, and that's why he was like, when Dustin Runnels became Goldust, "You're gonna be androgynous," and he's like, "So what is that?" And it just, from that point on, he kind of became Goldust. And it has been said, have you witnessed that happen to anybody else where you've been like, "I'm glad I'm not like part of that conversation"?
Well, I mean, like, the veto thing, right? Like, remember Vince said, "I want you're gonna wear a dress," and then except you're not gay. You're not gay. You're a fucking man who wears a dress. Yeah. I remember, sitting there just thinking, like, this is he's ribbing him. Like, this is the type of shit that, like, Vince watches this.
I need to hear all of those watch this moments from Vince McMahon. I think that's a full episode, man, because
if I can remember Arn Anderson going, there ain't no coming back from this one. You know that, right?
Oh, no.
You think he knows? You think he knows? And the thing is like fucking. I do believe that was one of those situations where Vince was like fucking ribbing him or testing him or whatever. And to Vito's credit, he just like embraced it fully. He would show up to the airports with high heels and fucking, his big gangly toes fucking hanging over the edge of, open-toed high heels.
Oh no, that's
and a dress, and he would just sit. Here's this big jack. He's fucking jacked, and he's just this dude wearing it, and just like he's fully tanned and fucking shaved, and he already has that that thing that I talked. Steve Keirn said you should be if you want to be successful in the wrestling business, you need to turn heads everywhere you go. You need to sit down in the restaurant and have somebody go like, I don't know what that guy does, but it's something. He's something. Well, fucking Vito had that in spades, right? Like, and now he's just wearing a dress, and he would just stand there like, "What's up?"
Oh, well, it's so a lot of the time people would say, you would see a superstar come in, and they'd even the Brad Maddox was, and he's been in the news quite recently, where just people talking about it that Vince was really hot on Brad Maddox. Said that guy has it, right? He was saying this to his peers. That guy has it, and then one day, Brad Maddox was out in amongst the audience doing his shtick on the mic, and he called them pricks. And then Vince turned to he turned to say again.
He didn't like the word prick or something, right?
No, he hates that word according to multiple sources, right? I think he thinks, and you can talk to this more than I could, that there's certain things that really piss Vince off, and if you do that, that he will respond in a really sharp negative way. And he basically said pricks, and then he turned to Johnny Ace. Vince turned to Johnny Ace and said, "Fire him." Literally, he walked through the curtain, and this was told by Dutch Mantel and JBL. These are two different accounts of this. Brad Maddox walked through, and then they watched as Johnny Ace pulled him aside, and then you can see it all like unfolding, and then like 20 minutes later, he's out with his bags because he said pricks.
No, that's not true.
According to two sources, JBL and Dutch Mantel, both. In fact, Dutch Mantel tells this story in a very nice clip that he's talking about you, saying how nice of a guy you are.
That's why. I don't even know what to say to that. Like,
did you spend any time watching Vince ever, and just seeing some of the I won't say the word weird, but just seeing some stuff that you're like, what? Trying to fix the Rubik's Cube in your mind as to how Vince operates.
He would fart, right? His diet was just like lots of protein, protein, and he would let there would be a group of talent, and it would be like younger talent, greener talent, like lower card guys. And writers. Because the thing about the writers, they were always on, with the exception of only a few. All the writers were always walking on eggshells because they would just they literally had like the hardest job in the world, 52 weeks, 300. Basically, they're on 365 days a year. They're constantly trying to write, no off season, no downtime, and they come up with these ideas, and then they would come up with ideas, and you'd be like, "Are you fucking stupid?" So you got these people who are trying to be creative with it, I have to say something. Okay, here I go, and then Are you fucking stupid? come up with? That's stupid. Oh my God.
I can only imagine what that's.
But he would fart just to watch people squirm. That would he loved stuff like that,
Yeah.
Loved it.
Would people call him out on farts, or would he just
No,
that's my gas?
Somebody just very weird. Like he had a very something about farting and pooping. Like Vince had somebody, I don't remember who it is. Somebody told a story that they took a giant shit in his toilet.
Big Show, was it not Big Show?
In his office. And left it. And it was
He's like a caricature of a real human being, right? I think it was Big Show.
I was on the flight where we were on our way over to Iraq, and I don't know if I told this story or not, but Layla L was sleeping, and she was laid out across. Did I tell this story?
I think you told me the story.
Okay. Well, she's laid out and she's sleeping. We're like 12 hours into a 15-hour flight. And she's laid out across a couple, everybody's just piled up in different places.
Mm-hmm.
She's got this white hoodie. It's zipped so that, just the little hole or just her nose sticking out of it, right? And she's he's got a solo cup, a red solo cup filled with red wine. And he made a point to walk. There's no reason that he would walk where he walked, because there was just other ways of getting around. And he walked over to her and fucking all over.
Oh no. Oh my.
And it was he turned into a mime.
Fucking hell! Did she freak out?
Yeah, she fucking and then she realized who it was, and so sorry. And then he was like, "Oh, it's okay." And then fucking, I don't know if he grabbed some paper towels or something like that to help her a little bit, but it was just whoa, stuff like that.
And you're sitting there the whole time going, I know what you did, you motherfucker.
Crazy. That's a fucking a 65-year-old billionaire.
I mean,
he's just, I don't know, he's just bored. Maybe is it boredom? Is it just to see? It's just to see what kind of reaction he can get from people.
That's interesting.
And he wants them to stand up to him, actually.
Yeah.
I would really
I think, is it not a 50-50 chance with that?
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
Jericho tells that story in his first book of how he told Vince to go fuck himself, and Vince was like, and then Jericho's like, this can go either way, and he goes, yes. Yes.
Oh man! Speaking of Jericho, by the way, did you see that he was pictured with Kevin Owens recently at was it an NBA game?
No.
An NFL. So the rumor mill is really working overtime here now. By the way, because
that's by design too, right? That's totally by design.
Hell yeah! See if
that's great.
If he is staying with AEW, I think what he's doing right now is just creating a star to put himself in a better position, which is what anybody should be doing really in the world of professional wrestling, right?
You are responsible to get yourself over.
100%. And he's always He's always really done that really well. You had any really good Chris Jericho stories?
Just my favorite one was we were in Japan. Was the only time that I ever worked him, I believe. I don't think I ever crossed paths with him in the ring other than this, but we were in Japan. And this is my first time working, literally the first time that I've ever worked there. And I'm nervous because I'm like, they're going to do the fucking, the golf clap thing where they're quiet. I've never worked in front of a crowd like that before. I don't do the fucking smack, the strong style. I don't do any high flying stuff really. And we were opener, and we went out there, and we locked up, and he grabbed me in a headlock, and I reached up I turned away from the ref, and I just reached up real slowly, and I pulled his fucking hair, and they went, boo, like loud. And then he just cinched it, and I let go, and then went, let's try this again. And then I fucking, boo. And we did it like 3 or 4 times, and I was literally in the hole, like laughing. Like, I can't believe this is working. I can't believe it. And it turns out that they emulate what they see on TV in that case. They were WWE fans, so they were behaving like they saw a WWE audience. It was really cool. There they are.
Well, hey.
Sure. Hey, yeah.
Hey. Hey guys. Hey. The future superstars.
Missed you guys. I'll be done in about like 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes or so. Hey, honey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hey.
Want to come check?
I'm gonna say hi to you.
Yeah, come here.
Just gonna say hi to you.
Come here. Look,
Is the wife?
that's my better half right there.
Y'all want to give you the sticker bag with my name on it.
Oh,
She
awesome.
made this.
That's cool. Do you make these?
Yeah,
Oh,
I made this
cool.
with full. Looks like I added stickers to my logo.
Oh, hey.
Hey, she made some stickers.
Just to my logo.
Oh, excellent.
I
That's
added
cool.
One Piece sticker.
A new merch guy.
Nah,
That's
There we
excellent.
go.
One Piece
Look,
sticker.
you make
Hell
some-
yeah.
Oh, I made this
Yeah,
in
that's excellent.
because we have really cool class called like shop.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
I made it a month ago, but I took a year now because it's the end of our term 1, so it's like.
Gotcha. Well,
Excellent. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, they should start their own podcast also
yeah.
at home with the Andersons.
They've expressed interest in doing YouTube.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Hell yeah.
they're big gamers, so
Try to think what kind of games these days that kids are playing. Fortnite.
Pokemon and stuff like that. No, he really doesn't.
Hmm.
See, they do a lot of like Roblox. Although Roblox is sort of right now with. Are you familiar with what's going on with Roblox? Like, there are these pedophile. There's people. There are a lot of pedophiles, I guess, that are like seeking out kids through Roblox. And then there was a YouTuber who would go on and expose these people. Like he would pretend to be a kid and then lure them in and catch them. And like Roblox actually banned this guy and they're like they struck him. And yeah, so it's like really, really questionable.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
About right, But I'm glad that there's good people out there targeting these dafties. But no, yeah, if there's a way, there's always you can't have anything good because people always ruin it. There's always someone that ruin it.
Yep. So
Jibber Jabber says Jibber Jabber says that was a sweet moment with the kids. I'm telling you, you haven't seen the last of Prescott and Pierce. These are your twin kids. I would have said because they're a boy and a girl. So I kind of say twin daughter or twin son, but you're
It's
twins.
funny. It's funny you say that. Like, I remember when they were really, really young, and they were in. I was pushing them in a stroller
Yeah.
at the Mall of America, and somebody came up and they were like, "Hey, are they? Oh, they're twins. Yeah, they're twins. What are you guys? A boy, girl?" And I was like, "No, it's a boy and a girl." And they were like, "Are they identical?"
Kinda.
I was like, except for one thing.
Oh man. Yeah, it's the strangest of questions, eh? Like
It's
people,
funny.
I think sometimes people just say stuff just to because it's like expected as a script, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Mm.
You don't even. Yeah.
We've never had a twin boy and girl like duo in wrestling before, have we? Not a boy and a girl.
No. We've had a brother sister thing with speaking of Halloween gimmicks,
Mhm.
Paul Burchill and Katie Burchill, right? That was a brother sister thing. But
Yeah,
maybe were they supposed to be twins, or were they just brother sister?
I think it was just brother and sister. Remember, Vince McMahon went through a stage of everybody's a brother, everybody's brothers, and they had Ken Shamrock and Ryan Shamrock. He did the family thing for quite some time. Yeah,
That was the fucking Brian Shamrock thing. Like, well. I'd like to introduce you to my next film, Shaving Ryan's Privates.
the gift that keeps on giving. The
You know, I
gift
just saw an interview with Jim Ross where he's talking about Val Venus. Did you see that?
I probably saw the interview, yeah.
And he was like, he wasn't a big fan of the gimmick. I loved it when it, it was so, it fit the Attitude Era.
100%.
Like, it was just so perfect.
Such a good time. It's a play on like a porn star, the big Lebowski. It's like a mixture. But the thing is, like when they moved away from that, it was really hard to kind of see where Val Venus fit in at that point, right? He became Chief Morley and Sean Morley.
Yeah.
And the right to censor stuff, he was good with that.
It made sense to put him in there, right?
Mm-hmm. At that point, for sure.
Complete 180.
100%. And Val Venus was a really good like a really good wrestler because I remember like really good matches with him and D'Lo Brown.
Yeah.
D'Lo Brown, he's another person whose name doesn't get a lot of credit on just how good he was as well.
Just fantastic. He was when I was at TNA, he was a producer there. Just phenomenal. I loved working with him. And he had a lot of my matches when I was at TNA. Just great to work with, and such a good worker. And there was one time where he had a match on TNA. I don't remember who he works. I think it was Kurt. And he just went out there and fucking killed it.
Yeah.
He hadn't been on TV, hadn't wrestled in like a decade, and just went out there, and you wouldn't have guessed that he'd been away from the ring as long as he had been.
Which is mental, because you can sometimes see it when stars have been away for a while and they come back. But you guys call it ring rust, right?
Yeah.
You can see it. We saw it with CM Punk when he first came back. Who even like in his WWE return, Angle was still on fire for where he was at. But like TNA Kurt Angle versus coming back to WWE Kurt Angle, he will even tell you he didn't believe that he was where he needed to be. But I think it didn't matter because he like as the fans loved seeing him in the ring, and he could go just Kurt Angle of TNA era, and that's probably one of his most athletic. So it's true that you see it. So to have him return and do a match and not see that, it speaks volumes to just how good he was. Do you know? I remember speaking to my friend Todd right at the time, and I was watching TNA. This was at the time you were there, and I remember seeing like a backstage brawl, and then the producers come and they all try to break it up. Yeah. And I remember saying to Todd like, "There's fucking Al Snow and D'Lo Brown. Why the hell are they running about breaking fights up? Like, why are they
Why
not?
are they not working?
Why are they not like?
Mhm.
And even I say the same right now about Nick Aldis,
Mhm.
right? Like, I know that Adam Pearce, right?
That one's a
Why?
head scratcher to me. I don't know
Like,
what. I
you
can't
know,
figure out why Nick Aldis is not wearing trunks and knee pads and wrestling boots.
hmm
It doesn't make sense to me.
and I believe, based on a recent interview with Mickey James, his wife, she
Mhm.
says that he would absolutely love to, is praying that that opportunity is available to him at some point, and that he
Yeah,
would love to, before finishing his career, be able to have a run in WWE.
yeah.
So if he wants that, then who's asleep at the wheel? Because if I was in that creative room, I'd be like, "Are you aware of what we have?"
Yeah, we got somebody here.
That's like getting Quentin Tarantino to go and get coffee while you're in a fucking room trying to write a film.
He looks like $1 million too. Like underneath that suit, he's jacked. He's good shape. He can actually go. Like when I was watching, like I worked with him at TNA, and he
Mhm.
was, um, you know, sort of green at the time. The stuff that I saw him do, like the matches he was having with Cody Rhodes,
Mhm.
and the stuff that he was doing in NWA, like he really came into his own during that
100%.
time period when he was the
100%.
NWA champ.
Mhm. Well, I've kind of followed his career from the beginning. He was
Mhm.
on a TV series, I think it was just UK, which was I don't know, you guys call it American Gladiators, we just call it Gladiators, I think, right?
Yep.
It was like a revised TV show. I remember it, like, I didn't remember him specifically from that, but when he showed up in TNA, I was like, that's where I've seen him from,
Mhm.
right? He
Yeah.
shook that off and really progressed through TNA, lost the Magnus and became Nick Aldis when he left, and done really well in the NWA. He is someone that I would assume would have gone to WWE and like really had a good go at it, like AJ Styles. Like we've seen quite a good few TNA
Mhm.
talents come in. I think AJ Styles is probably like the greatest example of someone coming from TNA and really tearing up WWE.
Yeah.
I think I would put, if there was a list of guys, 100% Nick Aldis would have been in that. So
Mhm.
it is bizarre that he exists in that space and isn't like just he's not in the ring.
Look at the other bizarre cases of like TNA people not being used. You've
Mm,
got Eric Young and Bobby Roode and EC3 and
yeah,
Samoa Joe. Even like Joe had a better
that
run.
was such a shock to see that he was let go, and
Wow.
that was he not Triple H's guy as well? I believe they were quite tight from what I'd read.
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know what the deal is. That doesn't make sense to me.
James Storm,
None of those guys make sense to me at all. Like, why are they not?
even NXT, because NXT would benefit from having veterans in NXT. You know, you got superstars wrestling up and coming superstars. And you said previously that the issue now really with training people is that the vets are not working the younger guys. You know,
Yep. That's
so
you said it's green guys working green guys.
so it
That's what
makes sense to at least take. But we are seeing positive steps for that now. That TNA and NXT are mixing it up, and they're doing really well with that with this invasion thing right now. Matt Cardona, like, where does he go?
there's
You know what I
another
mean?
why are we not capitalizing on that? Like, why are we not Cena? Like Matt Cardona.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been like immediate, like the next week. How
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was getting it. I was getting it. I was getting it.
trying to direct traffic here.
Sorry.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's just like some real head scratching material there.
Mm. I think if Connor was here right now, he would say this would be his first time speaking on the show tonight, and he would say, "But isn't the roster stacked? You know, where do these guys go?" And I just say NXT, like actually exclusively have them in NXT. You know, have the breakout star in NXT. It'd be
Yeah.
interesting to see how this invasion goes, but it's a positive thing overall. I just think the talent pool that has come from TNA, the original guys,
Yep.
it's been quite sad that only so few of them have actually been able to, break through in WWE, because it just makes so much sense for them.
Are the Machine Guns still
They're doing
going?
well. Yeah, they're doing well. I think they're in what I would call the Dudley spot. Remember, the Dudleys came back at the same time as the New Age Outlaws, and what they were doing is really like craft in the tag team division. I think that's what those guys are doing right now. But they're doing it well, and they're being treated well. So
Yeah.
so good to see that.
They're not still champs, are they?
No. I think it's about time we get the Hardys back in WWE though. Properly.
Think so?
100%. 100%. It has to be in the pipeline. And this is the fact they went to AEW and like were not able to be used in a way that really would have been beneficial for everybody. It shocks me. I would be so shocked if WWE does the same thing, especially this time round. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm just remembering, because I thought we had discussed the idea of talking about like some returns.
Mm-hmm.
Just WrestleMania.
100%.
Just biggest pops I have ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So like that needs to occur again. Definitely.
100%. And
they can still go too. They can still go.
I had friends round that night watching it live. We stay up till like 3 a.m. in the morning, and we're sitting on the couch. And I think there was rumblings because we knew that the Hardys had left TNA, which was like, oh my god, TNA, what have you done, right? And then I was like, as soon as the three teams were in the ring, and the New Day came out, I turned to my friends Todd and I was like, this is the Hardys 100%. And I swear, like, my whole house, like, we popped so hard for it, and we're grown men. Do you know what I mean? We proper, like, it was one of those really, where were you at that moment type things, where I always look back on that and go, that was a great WrestleMania, even if it was just for that. Like, it was so worth it,
Yeah.
100%. And a bit confusing where Matt was. We're coming up to the original Hardys theme. We're getting a little bit of Delete, but it was a bit of a blend. But it was the legal issues at the time, wasn't it? So we all came round. But which brings me to the fact that some of the most obscure gimmicks in wrestling, Bray Wyatt, which kind of came together with Broken Matt Hardy. Do you prefer the Fiend Bray Wyatt or the OG Swamp People?
I honestly, I can't answer that question. I cannot answer that question simply because I really wasn't watching at the time.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Mhm.
So you
I
actually
really didn't watch from the time that I left in 2009, which was they debuted shortly thereafter, didn't they? Didn't they?
They were early 2012, 2013 in NXT.
That whole time, like 20 up until when was the WrestleMania that Daniel Bryan won? Was that 30?
30, yeah.
You know what year that was?
That was 2013.
13?
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time that I watched anything WWE. And then it was like that, and then I was done. I didn't watch it again for another year until the next WrestleMania. In fact, I don't even know that I watched the next year's WrestleMania. I like legit just couldn't bring myself to do it.
And do you feel what was it you felt when you watched WWE? Like, did you feel like I should be in amongst that? Was it that?
I was just like there were just a mixture of emotions. That coupled with, I'll never fucking work for that guy again. Like, I really just couldn't. I remember watching Total Divas for the first time, and I had to turn it off because I started to get like just that fucking the way that they talk to each other and buried each other and were just nasty and shitty to each other. Like, it brought me back. It was like PTSD.
Yeah.
It's like there was some of that going on actually behind the scenes, and I felt like it was that type of behavior was what he wanted.
Mm.
You know, he wanted people to fucking bury each other. And I was at OVW and fucking Johnny Ace came up to me and he was like, Kenny, when are you gonna start stepping on people? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, when are you gonna start stepping on people? Are you here to make money? Or are you here to make friends? And I was like, in my head, you know, like I didn't say this out loud, but I was like, can I do both?
Mm.
Can we do both?
Yeah.
And that was the mentality. It was like, if you want to be on top, you need to fucking step on that guy.
Did you ever have an opportunity? Like, did you ever see clearly an opportunity where you could have shit on someone, but you chose not to?
Yeah, I mean, just a couple, like, you know, the first injury that I had, you know, it was at the hands of another. Like, it was because somebody else did something. Like fucking Paul London drop kicked me off. It was supposed to be. I remember the spot was. We were in like a 10-man tag too on an overseas tour, and I was standing on the apron, and he was supposed to come in on a hot tag, duck the person in the middle of the ring, whoever it was. He was supposed to duck a clothesline, come over, and just give me a little flipper off the apron. And then you know, he was supposed to turn, fucking clothesline, and then I was supposed to slide in the ring, charge him, and he was gonna like sidestep me, and I was gonna go out the other side. You know, he was gonna keep rolling, and he came in, ducked that clothesline, and came over and jumped up and fucking leg pressed me off that apron, like both feet, middle of my chest, and just every ounce of strength he could, and I fucking launched backwards off. I can still remember it was like time slowed down, and I thought like I'm gonna hit my head. I cleared the mats because there was on the house shows we would have like a mat around the edge of that ring. I was like, I'm gonna hit my head on the guardrail, and so I turned and I landed on my side, just tore my lat. Just felt something pop right away. I knew, you know, it was pretty brutal. Slid back into the ring, did the spot. But like I could have gone at that point. Like I was getting a massive push.
Mm-hmm.
And that was at the time where Vince was like, I want you to hang out with me. I want you to come and visit me in my office. And I very well could have said, this is what happened, and I didn't. I never said a fucking word about it.
Yeah.
Never pointed fingers, never blamed him. Just.
Do you feel that that was deliberate, or do you think that's something that can just happen? Wrestling hurts.
In hindsight, it was definitely deliberate. And it's something that I would like to talk to Paul about that. Honestly, I'd like to have a discussion with him at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I think you've got a lot of mutual friends. Anybody that types in Paul London and Ken Anderson will see that through the years. Like, I mean, it'd be cool to see like a mending of a friendship. Did you have any good stories with Paul London? Was there a good?
And I think that it was actually. I understand it, and I'm not mad about it. I understand why looking back on it, I understand why it would have occurred. A couple years ago, Anastasia, she was like, I've never seen your stuff. She had never seen my body of work. So she was like, oh, let's start at the beginning from when you debuted in WWE. And so we went back and started watching episodes of SmackDown, the very first. And then we got, it was my first couple months in the company. And there was a match that I had with Paul London. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like looking at myself, just like teeing off on this guy, like super, super stiff shots. At one point, you can see like he's sitting there going like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and so I feel like I was like super, super stiff with him. And the thing is, and like, this is crazy, but I remembered in that moment why I was being stiff with him. And it was like I had a flashback, and I remember the producer coming up to me and saying, the boss wants you to lay your shit in on this guy tonight, like extra.
Wow.
Don't hurt him, but fucking lay your shit in, like put it in there. Whatever the reasoning was, I don't know what that was. And it's possible that like Paul had pissed Vince off, or it's possible that Vince knew that if I did that there was going to be bad blood between us. And that would, that's this sort of shit that's just, you don't know. This constant mind fuck.
Do you think after all these years that Paul London knows that you were instructed to lay the shit in? No. Wow, that's
I shouldn't have done it. That's the thing. Like, I should have said I should have just not done it. But at the time, I got this rocket ship attached to my ass, and you've got a decision to make. I feel like I could have. I just could have not done it, or really, because the business, the beautiful, the art of our business is making it look like we're killing each other without actually hurting each other. That's what Umaga was so great. He was a master at doing that. Like, his stuff looked like he's murdering guys out there, but he was light as a feather. I could have done that, but I chose in that moment to fucking do the wrong thing. So if he did leg press me off the apron intentionally, like, get it.
Yeah, I mean that's quite wholesome. At least you go, well, I carry something into this conversation, so it kind of makes sense, because you see people all the time, and you see wrestling shoot interviews where people just like to bag on each other, right? But you're really fair in saying, I understand his position and it's based on this, but there's a few key points missing. So it'd be really cool in the future to see you and Paul connect, because it would be pretty. I mean, I think the general feeling from the fans is people do like Paul London. I think he's another case of a guy that, like, I love this pirate stuff. And then it just kind of I don't think he reached the heights that he should have based on his talent. I mean, that's just our opinion of seeing him on TV and then gradually seeing.
I think we're actually fucking kindred spirits in a lot of ways. Like, the thing that got him fired, the thing that really pissed the boss off was there was that video. The smile, right? Like, everybody, Vince McMahon, that was when Vince died, right? Like, he supposedly just died. Blew up in the fucking limousine. And they're going down the hallway, and everybody is standing there like,
yeah.
sad, somber, and there's Paul London. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I would take a lot of that.
The thing is, like, he might have been laughing about something else, and you never know. He might not have known the camera was on him or whatever. But I've seen, in which case, he deserves much more respect.
100% intentional.
Oh, that'd be cool. Everybody should go and hit up Paul London and tell him to come and speak to Shane at some point. It'd be really cool to see that happen. Be something.
And then here's the funny thing, like, so I completely forgot that I had done that because I don't think anything was said about it. You know, Paul just came back and cool, shook my hand. That was it. Never said anything, and I completely forgot about it. And so then fast forward, then you know, I tear my lat. I'm out for 9 months. Completely halted my progress. Basically, I had to start over, almost from square one when I came back, right? And then I'm thinking, you know, the whole time I didn't say anything to anybody, didn't rat him out, so to speak. And then years later, I stopped reading like dirt sheets. I stopped pretty much look anytime anybody has anything to say about Ken Anderson, like I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Like I really don't. Every once in a while, like little things like slip through the cracks. And one of the times I got, you know, somebody had asked Paul London in an interview, who's the stiffest person you've ever worked? And he was like, Ken Anderson, hands down.
Yeah.
And I was like, me! Me! Right? This motherfucker. And so then, you know, all that time, like he obviously there's bad blood. He hates my guts. I'm just like, what the fuck? And it didn't make sense to me. And then I'm watching that match with Anastasia, and yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
That is crazy. But it just goes to show, though, like there's two sides to every story, right? And he didn't know yours, and I suppose you didn't know his. So if you look at it subjectively, both of you are essentially right. If his experience was that you were beating the shit out of him, you know what I mean? I suppose, But you know, it'll be interesting. Hopefully, there can come a point where.
And here's the thing: like, I don't believe that he set out to like do what ended up. I don't think he was trying to like put me out of action for 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like a little receipt that got carried away. or he was.
You know, I think he does a lot of seminars, and I think he actually trains a lot of upcoming future stars as well. It'd be cool to have him at the academy, you know, and you can both talk about receipts and communication, and how important that is in the wrestling business. Like that would be a great master class, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be phenomenal. You know, there's loads and loads of messages here and comments. A lot of it is saying, I don't know where you guys get the energy. You know what it says, right? Well, like every second comment is Mr. Kennedy. Like everywhere. It's just everywhere, which is nice. But listen, we have lots of questions that I will write down for an upcoming episode where I'll put a lot of your questions into the mailbag for that section of it. We've got a lot of cool episodes coming up soon. One where we're talking about the Money in the Bank win, what that whole day was like at WrestleMania. Returns, we've got more guests coming. One thing I'll tell you guys, you did see the teaser for Matt Hardy on a previous episode because he was supposed to come on, but Bound for Glory happened and he's really busy. But that will happen. It will happen soon. But we teased it too early, sorry, based on us having plans to basically get it out.
Schedule and like if you're watching wrestling right now, you know, like he's got a lot of other things going on right now. So
hell yeah.
He'll be on one of these days.
Yeah, for sure. So keep your eyes peeled on that. It's Halloween, so I don't want to take all your evening. I want to see you go and enjoy the rest of this evening with your wife and your kids, and you need to let us know what film you do watch. Anybody that is tuned in tonight, thank you very much. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so that you know when we go live next. And because we do these all the time, keep an eye out for episodes coming up because you're going to really enjoy them. A lot of good stuff coming up. That's going to be amazing. So please do that. You can support Ken by following him everywhere. If you want to become a pro wrestler and you're in the area, or you want to pack up all your shit and move to the area, you can call +1 507 7222 776. And imagine you start. I mean, look at Tiffany Stratton, women's world champion. Look at Dante and what's his friend's name again? Darius. Why? I always forget Darius's name for some reason. I think it's because I've seen. Yeah. Julia Hart, right?
Yep.
Hornswoggle. Like, if you want to become a pro wrestler, there's no better way of getting in than learning from one of the pros that you do here every week as well. You can become a member on our YouTube channel, and just keep supporting the show because you want to see more of Mr. Kennedy. I see nothing but love in the comments. This is the way you do it for the time being until Ken rises to the top once again, because it's only a matter of time, isn't it?
Well, I appreciate that.
100%. See, everybody's.
I love you guys. I really, really appreciate all the support you've given me and showed me so far. Please, as Kevin said, just continue to share this with other people. Get the word out there, and as Kevin said, 507-722-2776. If you want to book me, I'm still wrestling, still doing signings. I do video shout outs also, so contact me directly. I don't go through Cameo. I don't go through any of those other things. I just come directly to my doorstep, and I'll send that to you. So, yep. And with that, guys, the pleasure has been all yours.
100%. See you guys next week. Take it easy.